Hey everybody, it's Katie, and this is a video showing you how I made a baby piñata. That's what's up there. The idea came from a neighbor's first birthday party, and they had bought at a store a piñata for babies, where the difference is, rather than like smashing it open with a stick, there are pull strings. And so all the little kids got to pull a string, and eventually like candy came out. And I thought that was really cute. I didn't look at the mechanics of it at all, but the idea was sort of planted. So we're having a little party for Alice tomorrow, and I had this image in my head of making one of these using paper mache. We are going to have 5 or 6 children here, all ages 3 and under. And I don't want to see any of them waving around a stick trying to hit things. So this is a much safer way to do it for younger kids. I just got this image of making a hot air balloon piñata. There's no theme to the party, so this is just, I don't know, this idea came out of nowhere, but I sort of sketched it out. And I just pictured like the balloon shape, and then a little basket hanging, and then the strings somewhere in there. This turned out to be a really time-consuming project, but I did have fun doing it. I like doing creative things, and this is just something a little bit special. I will not do it for every birthday, but maybe just as like a special first birthday project. I think it turned out pretty cute. It's not perfect, but it's not bad for homemade. So this is basically how I did it. So the first step was that I blew up a balloon and made paper mache paste and used strips of newspaper to start to cover the balloon. And I have some photos of that. Then I used part of a toilet paper roll to create the little basket. And then I glued on yarn just to make it look a little bit more like a basket. My balloon is getting close to popping itself. Do you see that? So I gotta hurry up and finish the bottom before it does. After the paper mache was done, I spray painted it white just to make it a little bit stronger, and also to give me like a blank slate to put the tissue paper onto. Alright, so my balloon has popped, and I spray painted it before it popped. And now I'm going to try to work on the tissue paper. I'm totally making this up as I go along. So I have my first color, and what I did is accordion fold it about 1 inch wide, and then I'm going to cut it into strips so that each one is 2 folds wide. Alright, the technique I'm trying is to lay down glue, and I take a strip and I glue down sort of the second half of the paper, which I totally can't do with one hand. I cut off the excess at the bottom, and then when these are dry, I will sort of stand up the fold again and cut slits in it. Alright, so this is what it starts to look like when I cut the little slits and stand them up again. It starts to look a little bit more like a piñata. I'm just going to continue on with blue until I run out, and then I'm going to switch colors. Alright guys, so the tissue paper step is finally done. I'm not going to lie, this took forever. I started getting really nervous that I was running out of time. But it's done. I will probably never do this again in my whole life. But I think it looks pretty good. So the last step is just to figure out how I'm going to rig up the opening. And I cut just a little piece of cardboard off the bottom of a box that I think I'm going to somehow tape in here, and then attach the like pull ribbons around the edge, and one of them will pull it out. Not totally sure, so I'm going to work on that. But these 4 dots, if you can see that, I do need to like make the little strings that attach the basket to this piece so it'll hang below the balloon. And I'm going to do that first before I work on the pull ribbons. Okay, our basket is hanging, and I just have it, I just use yarn for the strings here. So the disc is just a little bit bigger than the opening, and right now it's just suspended in there. But what I think I'm going to do is try on the inside of this, just use Scotch tape and tape my pull ribbons all the way around, and I'm going to test them out and see if that works. If so, I think, you know, pulling on a ribbon that's attached to the edge will open the trap door. We'll see. There are the ribbons all taped in, and I'm just going to place this back in my balloon. This is just resting inside, and I sort of tested it, and some of the ribbons will just pull away without taking the door down, and then a couple of them are a little bit stronger, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is what is going inside the piñata. These are little baggies. These are actually Ziplocs that I cut the Ziploc part off of because the opening of the piñata is pretty small, so I needed something little to come out. So what I did is half of these are these Annie's cheddar crackers, and the other half are just animal crackers. These were $1 at Target. And so the blue ribbons are the animal crackers. The orange ribbons are the crackers. There should be 5 kids, so there's one of each for each kid at least, and this will fit through the hole. I really didn't want to do candy because the kids are so young, but I didn't want any toys small enough to fit in the piñata that would have been a choking hazard. So this is what I came up with. Okay, we are finally done. All this little treats are inside, and everything is ready to go.
One, two, three.
Do we have
Do it! No!
Can I break it?
You can try. It's pretty tough.
Yay!
Take one. There. Grab one.
Oh, you're